talked about both of these campaign proposals would increase the projected debt and the deficit. Is there, I know you didn't address this in the report, but just putting on your economist hat for a moment, are these projected deficit increases likely to have some, if they come to pass, upward effect on inflation? I mean, we're just trying to get inflation under control.
Yeah.
You see now the longer term interest rates are not coming down, even they're going up even after the Fed cut, and some are speculating that the campaign proposals have something to do with that as people look ahead and see the deficits could go higher.
So when it comes to the debt effects of the campaigns, assuming nothing is too sudden in its acting, I think that probably the effects on inflation will be minimal because I think the Federal Reserve is starting to wrestle inflation under control. And I think the effects on interest rates will be pretty significant. So I do think we're going to see higher interest rates under either of these plans, especially under President Trump's. Now, when you take the non-debt effects, we do find President Trump's plans would increase inflation. It would increase inflation because the tariffs would be a one-time price increase. On top of that, some of the immigration stuff, things that are supply shocks, it's harder for the Fed to know how to respond to those because they have to either choose between fighting inflation and fighting high unemployment. And so we do think under the Trump plan, there would be somewhat higher inflation, especially if he goes after Fed independence, but even if not. But my bigger concern is that both these plans over the long run are going to boost interest rates and they're going to shrink the economy. I mean, both candidates do have things that are pro-growth within them. A lot of President Trump's tax cuts will help, encourage seniors to work longer and people to do more overtime. These are good for the economy. Vice President Harris's child care and pre-K plan probably will keep people in the workforce. But overall, I think that's more than offset by a lot of the negative economic stuff in their plan, whether it's the very high corporate tax rates or the tariffs or the immigration stuff, or especially the overwhelming amount of debt. And adding another $4 or $8 trillion to an already rising debt, that's going to slow income growth slowly but surely over time. I think we could be here 30 years from now, looking back, wondering why the economy is so much smaller than it could have been.